This is truly one of the most fascinating stories that I have covered on my channel. While I would normally say what band I'm going to be talking about in today's video, the honest truth is I have no idea, and neither do most people. Today's story is about a gothic and new wave sounding song, and its origins are thought to date back to sometime during the Cold War era. The man who first taped the song and published it online would remark to Rolling Stone, "Everything about this song is mysterious, from the creation to the lyrics to where it played on the radio." Over a decade ago, this song appeared on the internet, and it's resulted in a whole online community dedicated to figuring out the song's backstory. In today's video, let's explore the history of what's been dubbed the most mysterious song on the internet. The story begins with a West German music enthusiast who goes by the name Darius S. He was a teenager in the 80s living on the northern German coast. He would listen to the local radio station called NDR and tape his favorite songs, and he amassed a decent collection of mixtapes consisting mostly of groups like XTC, The Cure, and of course a lot of acts he didn't know the name of. He would refer to these mysterious tracks as his unknown pleasures. It was on one of the tapes he had a goth and new wave sounding song which he thinks may have been recorded off the radio in 1984 from a program called Music for Young People. He made a habit, like many people who recorded songs off the radio, of not recording the DJs introducing the song. For the time being, he would label the track Blind the Wind based on his interpretation of what the lyrics were. Here's a sample of the song. So nearly 20 years go by and it's now 2004. Darius is an adult and his sister Lydia H gives him a website domain for his birthday. Darius starts digitizing his tapes and he came across a tape labeled cassette number 4, which featured the likes of Simple Minds, Golden Earring, and the mysterious track he had labeled Blind the Wind. After Googling the lyrics, he couldn't find the song's name. 3 years would go by and the song seemed to vanish from his memory. It was now 2007 and the song suddenly came back on Darius's radar. He would turn to his sister, who was much more tech savvy than he was, and she would mount her own search of the song. She, like her brother, tried Googling the lyrics, at least what she perceived the lyrics to be, and couldn't get an answer either. Lydia would then upload a small snippet of the song to a Canadian site called spiritofradio.com and a German forum dedicated to 80s synth pop in addition to YouTube. But the siblings still had no luck identifying the song. The track would appear on the radars of an indie label called Dead Wax, who specifically dealt with synth pop and post-punk artists, and even they grew fascinated with the track. By this point in time, the song had really only been exposed to a small number of people, and it hadn't yet become an internet phenomenon. But that would change 12 years later in 2019. The story took an unexpected turn when a 16-year-old Brazilian 80s synthpop fan came across the recording on Dead Wax's YouTube channel. He would take the song and upload it to his own YouTube channel, and he also posted it to Reddit. He would even found a subreddit dedicated to dissecting the song, which today totals about 40,000 members. The song would go by many titles, including the most mysterious song on the internet, Like the Wind, Blind the Wind, Check It In, Check It Out, or Take It In, Take It Out. In reality, we all know that sometimes songs are named not even after the lyrics themselves. The mystery of the song would take on a life of its own, and internet sleuths would spend hours of every day scrutinizing every detail of the recording. Some question whether it was an early demo or an outtake from groups like Joy Division or Depeche Mode. They would even dissect the accent of the singer, trying to narrow down the country that he was from. It's not even clear whether the song is in fact sung in English or another language, or whether it's an amalgamation of several languages. Of course, the subreddit has also had its fair share of people trolling the members, claiming they know the origins of the song. Some major music publications even started covering the story, including Rolling Stone magazine, who reached out to the DJ who hosted the program where the song was thought to have originated from. That DJ is named Paul Baskerville, but he doesn't recognize what the song is, and he wasn't even sure he ever played the track. On Baskerville's show, he would admit that they would play songs from obscure Eastern European artists, with some of the tapes actually being thrown over the Berlin Wall. Once Baskerville's identity was revealed, he was soon inundated with emails about the song, something which surprised him. Baskerville, for his part, was still a DJ and even played the song on a 2019 program of his, hoping that someone could identify it, but he had no luck. Baskerville would tell Rolling Stone what his theory was about the song, saying, "It sounds like bad English that Germans might sing, but it could be Polish or Russian. If Eastern European musicians sing in English, it can sound a bit austere and severe." Some stories are pretty crazy, with one person claiming they heard the song played at Whole Foods sometime in 2003. They went as far as trying to contact the company who manages the grocery chain's music. Meanwhile, others have tried following every lead going through the 80s era German music database and have also come up empty. Some internet sleuths have claimed that the search has consumed their life so much it's resulted in people spending hours of every day trying to unlock the mystery behind the song, while others have had many sleepless nights. The subreddit even features a massive Google spreadsheet with a list of debunked theories. It was later in 2019 that a full version of the song appeared online, clocking in at just under 3 minutes. It turned out it might have been the version that Lydia and her brother recorded in the 80s and is sent to someone who requested the full song during the early days of the search. Using the app Shazam will identify the song as Antoine01 as the artist, but it turns out someone tried to copyright the song and the application was rejected. The online community's fascination with the song would get some much needed help when it was announced that the radio station NDR were listening back to their recorded shows and finally compiling playlists. But as of 2023 though, it doesn't seem like people are any closer to identifying the song. In more recent developments, Lydia came across a better quality version of the song and uploaded it online. Some members of the subreddit have claimed that due to tape degradation, perhaps the song sample that was originally uploaded years ago may have accidentally been slowed down, and some people have tried remixing the song and even repitched the track as well. You may be asking, why even care about this song at all? Well, Lydia would tell CTV News, and I quote, "It has an attitude of sadness and melancholy, although being very powerful." Lydia and her brother have also sometimes been accused of coming up with the song themselves as part of some elaborate hoax. Despite not being able to identify the song, the subreddit has been instrumental in solving the case of other mysterious songs, and in another similar story, a Canadian music fan figured out the identity of their mysterious song after it was broadcast on the radio sometime in 2015. Tone Deaf, meanwhile, even pointed to another mysterious song that was also recorded off German radio sometime in the 80s that was finally identified in 2013. So who knows, maybe there's still hope for Blind the Wind. As for Paul Baskerville, that radio DJ who may have played the song one day, and he would tell Rolling Stone his thoughts on the intrigue and mystery of the song, saying, "I don't want to sound like a traitor to the cause, but I don't know what all the fuss is about. If I thought it was the best thing since sliced bread, I probably would have been more interested, but I don't think it's a particularly interesting song." So let me know your thoughts in the comments section, guys. And as always, if you have suggestions for future topics you'd like to see us cover, use the link in the description box below, and we'll see you again, Rock and Roll True Stories.